Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Absecon March 20th, 2025 regular council meeting. Temporary mayor, can you lead us in the flag salute? Where is he?
He's right here.
Oh.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Clark,
Here.
Evans,
Here.
Laratunda,
Here.
Light,
Here.
Parker,
Here.
Sykes,
Here.
DeRose.
Here. This is advised that certain advance notice has been given to the date, time, location, and to the extent known the agenda of this meeting in accordance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Act. And notice of this meeting has been posted prominently at the bulletin board in the municipal complex lobby, on the city website, and communicated through the newspaper designated by the governing body. This is to further advise that this meeting is being recorded electronically and can be viewed on the city's website at abseconNJ.org. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. 2025 resolutions. 78, recognizing World Down Syndrome Day and welcoming the honorary council members for the day. Whereas the City of Absecon recognizes March 21st as World Down Syndrome Day, WDSD. WDSD has been globally recognized by the United Nations since 2012. And whereas the date of WDSD being 21st day of the third month was selected to signify the uniqueness of the triplication of the 21st chromosome which causes Down syndrome. And whereas Absecon City Council strives to bring awareness to those living with Down syndrome and the extraordinary lives that they live. And whereas on this date, March 20th, 2025, Absecon Council proudly names honorary council members for the evening in this effort to celebrate those residents with Down syndrome and create a single global voice for advocating for the rights, inclusion, and well-being of all people with Down syndrome. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Absecon, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, and the City Clerk, hereby authorize those special guests tonight in attendance to come up and take their seats as honorary council members. Be it further resolved, this day will be honored by Absecon on a yearly basis, dated March 20th, 2025. Councilwoman Clark, would you like to kick us off? Parker, it's been a long day. Parker, would you like to kick us off and then turn it over to Councilman Clark?
Sure. First, I'd like to introduce JJ. JJ is sitting in the mayor's seat tonight. Hi, JJ.
Mayor JJ.
Mayor JJ.
JJ is 10 years old and has lived in Absecon all his life. He attended Marsh Elementary School in his primary years and now attends Atlantic County Special Services School District. He plays on the Cardinals team for the Field of Dreams in the fall and in the spring. He loves eating pretzels, taking walks, going to the beach, swimming in the ocean and pools, and going on roller coasters and singing with his tablet. Thank you, JJ.
JJ, I'm always recruiting for the Yankees, so thank you for coming.
We also have Luke here. Luke, can you say hi? Hi, Luke. This is my nephew, Luke. Luke will be 4 in just 11 days. Luke's mom, my sister-in-law, Anna, found out about halfway through her pregnancy that Luke would have Down syndrome. Just 4 years ago, we were awaiting the arrival of Luke. While we knew he would have Down syndrome, we didn't know exactly what that meant for Luke. Most see Down syndrome as something they're lacking, but Down syndrome is 3 of the 21st chromosome, meaning they actually have a little extra than the rest of us. That little extra has meant extra joys, extra smiles, and extra fun. In the years since Luke was here last, he's been doing some incredible things. He started in Absecon Marsh School with his siblings and mom last spring. His classmates and teacher have embraced him and his special abilities and even highlighted him in a sign language song at their pre-K showcase last year. I think it is safe to say that everyone in school knows who Luke is, and he greets them all with a special hi when he's in the mood. He's excelled in his therapies, and I would say especially in speech. His vocabulary has grown so much in a year. Most exciting for me is he calls me by name now, and he also says, I love you. And when he does, he can have whatever he wants. While my heart beams with pride for this precious little boy, I'm also proud of his parents, especially his mom, Anna, who also serves as his OT. Luke, like most individuals with Down syndrome, has had his fair share of struggles too. With a compromised immune system, he doesn't fight off illnesses like the rest of us. He gets sick more often and takes longer to get better than most. Many of his common colds have landed him in the hospital overnight. His days are long, and his lack of muscle tone and sometimes just his stubborn personality leave him not wanting to walk for mom or teachers. Because of these things, some days are frustrating long and with a lot of appointments. Going anywhere takes a little bit more work, but they handle it all so gracefully, as you can see. I know that Luke is one lucky little boy for having them as his parents. Rock your silliest socks tomorrow on World Down Syndrome Day to honor Luke and all of his silly friends.
Thank you, Councilwoman Parker. Councilman Clark, can you please introduce our other special guest?
I will. Thanks, Rich. Tonight, I have the pleasure to sit with one of my favorite people, Miss Faith Marzak. You want to say hi to everybody, Faith? No, we're not going to get a hi. You want to wave to everybody? Okay, there we go. We got to wave. Clap too. All right, there we go. All right, so accompanying Faith is her big sister, Anna Maria. Unfortunately, her other sister, Rose, who normally likes to be here, will not make it tonight. She is representing the Absecon Middle School in the Atlantic County Elementary School Representation Forum. Faith, my buddy right here, is 11 years old, currently in 6th grade. A few things that everyone likes to know about Faith is she loves playing baseball at her own Field of Dreams. She loves to sing, dance, bake, swim, and one of her favorite things to do, lastly, is she loves when her Uncle Fred takes her to one of her favorite places, Dairy Queen, for ice cream. Right, Faith?
Wow.
One more thing about Faith is her smile will always brighten up your day. Anytime you're having a bad day, you can look at Faith and she'll always give you a great big smile. There she goes. I would also like to recognize Anna Maria and Rose for spreading the word of kindness with the mismatched socks, which represent the chromosomes in child with Down syndrome. The two started sewing socks about 4 years ago, and since then have donated over $4,000 to Field of Dreams so far. So for that, they should be commended. Wow. They now are working on having their unique 4-pattern socks made through a sock factory with the name B''O''F'. Because of Faith, Rose and Anna's X Factor Socks. It's an organization. Anna Marie this year spread the word about her socks through her Ocean City High School DECA program. She presented a 28-page written project about community awareness and Down syndrome. I would also lastly like to congratulate Anna Maria for placing as a finalist for the State Career Development Conference. So thanks again, Anna Maria. Faith for coming and sitting with us as always. Thanks, buddy. Want to bang the gavel one more time? No? Riverside? I'm backing up. I'm backing up before you heard me. Okay.
You know, one thing I will say, and you heard by both JJ and Faith, is the South Jersey Field of Dreams, and we as a community are beyond lucky that the Field of Dreams is right here at home in Absecon, and what it does for the community, both those that play and those that coach and those that volunteer is absolutely unbelievable. It changed my life. I've been coaching there for years, and I just want to give a special shout out to the South Jersey Field of Dreams as well. Do you want to?
We also here have a proclamation for the children from United States Congressman Jeff Van Drew, who regrets not being here tonight but is very proud of Faith, JJ, and Luke. And we also have a little gift from the mayor and the council people here for each of you.
Faith, JJ, and Luke, thank you for being a part of our council tonight. We're about to do the really boring stuff. You're welcome to stay if you want to take some pictures as well, but by all means, if you don't want them to drag through me reading a lot of resolutions, feel free to take pictures and then do whatever you guys want to do.
You can open. You want to open it?
President.
Thank you.
President. President, I'd like to just make a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to thank our special guests and their parents and family for that extra special that they give to our community, their dedication. and their passion. Thank you.
Thank you. You know what that is, don't you? Dairy Queen. Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Always recruiting. Yankees. Always recruited for my team.
Thanks for coming with me. Thanks for coming with me, okay?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Anna Maria. All right. Oh, yeah, dance away, Alfred. Let me do that dance moves. Good?
You can ask them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Grab me one if you're going to get agenda.
Where you guys going?
Get an agenda real quick. I'm fixing the seats real quick, is that okay?
Okay.
I gotta clean up my mess. Hard copies. Yeah, so do I. I have to put that request in the card and carry it. I will. That's work there, dude. Good. How'd you read it this week? Sorry. No way. Last week I was in Washington. My last conversation. Yeah, Seattle. Thanks, Rich. Yep.
All right.
Kick that off. Thank you.
It's good stuff. What it's all about.
May I hear a motion? May I hear a motion to move Resolution 78, 2025?
Motion?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Larotunda,
Yes.
Light,
Yes?
Parker,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
DeRose.
Yes.
Maroon, unofficial yes.
Thank you, Mayor. Consent agenda. All matters
So
listed.
that gets in the minutes.
All matters listed under item consent agenda are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be discussed separately. 79, authorizing change order number 2 for the CBD Streetscape Improvement Phase 4. 80, extending the 2025 budget introduction and adoption dates. 81, allowing the Absecon Parent Teacher Organization to hold a citywide yard sale. 82, permitting a charitable organization to solicit funds, namely the Absecon PTO. 83, permitting a charitable organization to solicit funds, namely the Absecon Galloway Rotary Club. 84, authorizing the continuance of utilizing Clegg's Garage Inc. for maintenance and repairs to the City of Absecon vehicles. 85, authorizing the participation in the LEAP implementation grant. 86, authorizing the transfer of appropriation reserves in the 2024 municipal budget per NJSA 40A:4-59. 87, authorizing the city to enter into an agreement with Ed and Jean's King Tire LLC for the provisions of fleet maintenance services. 88, supporting publishing legal notices on official government websites. 89, authorizing a refund of an overpayment of taxes for the first quarter of 2025 on the listed properties. 90, authorizing the sale of certain city-owned land. Agenda items only. May I hear a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Would anyone from the public like to come up and speak on agenda items only? Name and address, please. Sorry, Greg, I got it.
Greg Sayers, 625 Yarmouth Avenue. What property is going for sale?
I could say there's, it's 3 different parcels. Let me get to the resolution.
On the resolution, though, it does just state lot and block, and I know
Does.
previously we've discussed, and I just want to, maybe for a reminder for the future, that we try to include the street address. of the property, because it's, it's a lot easier for residents to understand that than just a lot and block and know the references. So these properties are on, partially on Fawns Landing on West Fawns Landing and, Sycamore Ave.
It's for residential development.
Yes.
Yep. It's 3 vacant lots.
Thank you, Billy.
Would anybody else from the public like to speak?
You don't have those addresses, do you?
Lots right there.
With the physical addresses.
I don't know.
I got you.
Would anybody else from the public like to speak on agenda items only? May I hear a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? May I hear a motion to move the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Larotunda,
Yes.
Light,
Yes?
Parker,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
DeRose.
Yes. Approval of the bill list, $2,951,586.72. May I hear a motion to accept this bill list?
Motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Larotunda,
Yes.
Light,
Yes?
Parker,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
DeRose.
Yes. Approval of the minutes, closed session as to form and content only, 2/6/25. May I hear a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Larotunda,
Yes.
Light,
Yes?
Parker,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
DeRose.
Yes. Council reports. We will start with Councilman Light tonight.
Good evening, Mr. President. We have not met since our last meeting. We meet on April 7th here at City Hall at 5 o'clock.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Clark.
Finance met before the meeting tonight. We went over a lot of items regarding the budget and what cuts we're looking at and trying to prepare a budget to be adopted in the next 2 weeks.
Thank you. Councilwoman Evans.
We have not had a meeting since, our last, that I reported here at the council meeting. Our next meeting will be, April 3rd.
Thank you very much.
Buddy, all welcome to attend.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Parker.
Public safety has not met since our last meeting. We meet again on Monday, April 7th at 6 PM. Chief, do you have anything you'd like to report on?
Yeah, I have a few things. One, I say this every year, it's daylight savings, so it's gonna get lighter later every day. Before we know it, it'll still be light 8 o'clock at night. With that said, it's been a joy to see so many people enjoying the park and enjoying our walkways and our paths. I just warn the motoring public to please slow down. Oftentimes you can, it's very easy for you to slow down if you give yourself extra time to getting from point A to point B. We certainly don't need a tragedy with our pedestrians, our children, and everybody trying to enjoy this nice weather moving forward. The other thing is there's been some people chattering on our social media about the car burglaries. Okay, it's 2025, and if you're not locking your car, people are probably going to enter it. 99% of the time, it's people just checking the car doors, and if they're actually unlocked, then they enter your car. Your car. So, with that said, it's a great idea not to keep any valuables, including your purses, your wallets, any visible cash, laptops, and things of that nature, cell phones, because these things will get taken, especially if you don't lock your cars. Last thing is I took a lot of complaints the last couple of days. I'm going to try and get it on the website maybe tomorrow. The gas company started to work. I know our engineer brought this up in the last meeting. The gas company is doing work in the area of North Shore and Lisbon Avenue. Unfortunately, I have to report that the work is going to be done over the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's not anything that we've done or the gas company does. It's plain and simple. The New Jersey DOT makes the contractors work at night. So I apologize in advance if this is creating havoc to your lifestyle, but hopefully we get through this quicker, and they seem to be moving right along, so maybe they'll be out of your area and you'll have your peace and quiet then.
Thank you, Chief. Anything else, Councilwoman?
No, just thank you, everybody who was involved in making our Down Syndrome Night happen. I know last year was my favorite moment on council, and I think it's probably gonna be again this year. Luke is obviously very special to our family, and it's just really nice to honor him and other individuals with Down syndrome.
Thank you.
Rich, can I say something on public safety real quick?
Fine.
I just want to just commend our cops right now. Absecon Travel Basketball, Pete's back here in the back, and myself with ASAC. We are in middle of March Madness. Steve Hackett was the week before. The police presence at the basketball games for us has been nothing to speak. It's been unbelievable. It's been best ever. Guys are popping in all throughout games, saying hi, talking to residents, talking to the people in the crowd. The police presence there, clearing out the loop. We had an emergency on Sunday with a van that went down, and response time was great. We had the police there. Everything went really, really well, and I just want to commend their staff and all the cops for coming out. We truly appreciate it. On behalf of myself, as well as I'm sure Pete back there would say the same thing, that we really appreciate you guys stepping up and coming out and supporting us.
No problem, thank you.
Councilman Sykes?
Got a little bit to report. We just met this past Tuesday on 3/18, just to make a public knowledge as well. We're gonna meet again, following Tuesday in March on 4/15. We went over a couple things, wasn't what I was gonna start with, but just to piggyback off what, Councilman Clark just said with the emergency that happened over there. Obviously, guys, everything was responded correctly. The police department was there immediately. The only thing I did want to put into the air, I guess, just to let people know that constantly they have asked people not to double park within the circle of the school, and due to the double parking at that time of the game, the ambulance was unable to get in there, which means they had to delay themselves, drive all the way around back on the Pitney Road, back at the school. So please be mindful of that. Again, it is for safety reasons. We understand that people are trying to get close into the entrance, maybe shorten their walk. They came in late, but we want to leave that lane open for emergency reasons for exactly what happened on that night. So just a reminder of that. Kudos to our boys and girls teams. We had 40-plus teams in the males March Madness, and grades 5 and 6 made it all the way, and so did 7 and 8, made it to the Final Four. So congratulations to both those teams. Great job. We discussed replacing the 2 committee members that we have. Unfortunately, one from passing away and one that have moved away. We talked with Mr. Higbee there, and then we got some names in mind, and we are going to finalize that within the next meeting. We talked a little bit about doing freshening up the one entrance to the baseball fields over there off of Pitney Road. Also, we've had some people talk about the flags at the 9/11 Memorial. I reached out to Butch Stewart just recently today. They are going to be taken care of. We're not going to replace anything until, he said, till July, just to get through the winter, let the flags, and there's no point in putting up new ones with all the recent storms that we're going to have and things coming along. They would just unfortunately be torn up again. But they are on order. They will be there, so we'll have new flags in 9/11 Memorial, so everything will be taken care of there. And that's about all we got for right now. Other things were discussed and then in the works, and next meeting, we're gonna try and finalize a few more things.
Great, thank you. Councilman La Rotunda?
Economic Development met earlier this afternoon. We discussed a lot of the projects that are going on in town, new businesses. I was on the phone today with the owners of Jersey Cow. They were running into some trouble with some of the utility companies, so I was just trying to work through some of those issues to get some of those requests expedited so they can open up sooner in time for summer. So looking forward to the opening of Aldi as well. It seems like they're going on track, so a lot of good things to come. And Mayor has some updates, I believe, about the brewery as well, so I'll let you,
Last week the chief and I, we took a loop around town to go try and talk to any of the businesses that are opening, whether it's cannabis store, brewery, anything. We checked out the progress with Aldi as well. We've been informed that tomorrow, the brewery is actually moving all of their equipment in. So I know this has been, the sign popped up at the end of 2019, said coming spring of 2020, and, people bring it up and they ask, and this guy is determined gets in trouble with their wife or something for having too many beers at the brewery and having to get an Uber home, they can stop at the flower store on the way. I mean,
With their haircut.
I was like, where is he going
Yeah,
with
I
this?
I don't know where he's going, that's the matter. He knows you get in trouble.
It sounds like you've
there's
done
a lot
that
of rates.
before.
We're
I love that guy.
going through a tough budget season, and one of the best ways to try and offset and try and make your budgets is revenues, is new businesses coming into town. And Chief and I, and Nick with Councilman Lavatanda with Economic Development, we're committed to being business friendly and getting these businesses open.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Clerk's report?
These are for the month of February. For the tax office was $4,079,177.93. Municipal court is $9,307.65. Clerk's office, $4,434.50. And the construction office was $15,539.
Thank you, Kerry. Engineer is not with us today. May I hear a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Does anybody from the public like to speak? Come on up. I have to ask, name and address, please.
Name's Ben Kane, I live at 115 Lenape.
Just so they can, yeah.
First time I've ever doing this.
It's all right.
So, my fiance and I, we moved over there in August, and we both lived on the other side of Absecon, and we got to this side, and being able to walk to Heritage Park is awesome. But the only issue is we have to cross New Road, and right at Delaware Avenue Road, there's the bend from the intersection of New Jersey and New. That bend obstructs the view of oncoming cars and obstructs the view for pedestrians. There's no crosswalk there, and there's several houses, at least in like my development, that I also see them walking over towards Heritage Park, and I think it would be a huge public safety benefit for us to have a crosswalk, especially one with like a lighted sign or something.
I know you have expertise in these types of things, so I appreciate you coming as a resident and advising us. What I can do is, how about I connect you with, our engineer's on vacation right now, but via email, I'll connect you to, and then that way you can talk directly to him, and then go through the craziness that is having to do something like that. But yeah, I'll connect you directly with Ed Dennis once he gets back from vacation, and then that way we can get the ball rolling, and he goes out, looks at it, does the survey, things like that. But no, I appreciate you coming, and I'll make sure you get in contact with Ed.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you for your input.
Ben, can you send me your email address? You don't have to do it publicly, because then it'd be for everybody to hear. But afterward, or like, I'll get in touch with you. Yeah. That way you don't blast it to all of Absecon. Thank you. Would anybody else from the public like to speak? Name and address, please.
Larry Lemaine, 512 Franklin Boulevard. Just in regards to the incident with the ambulance,
Yes, sir.
yellow curbs don't seem to stop people. Personally, I think putting temporary signs out
Okay.
that lets them know, don't park there to avoid this, because then you have something to back yourself up with. And then the second regard is into the flags. Me personally, I'm pretty sure Rich is on board with this, nobody likes to see a ripped flag. Maybe we can put something online for Absecon. I'm sure the VFW or the Legion would be happy to donate
The
the
lead,
flags.
the Legion's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to see a ripped flag. I don't want to see a ripped flag. I'll donate.
No, we do have an American flag right now on hand that could be replaced immediately, but I believe it's the New York, Pennsylvania, state of New Jersey, and there was one other flag, and I apologize for not remembering, but those are the other ones that the American flag and I believe the New Jersey flag were just recently replaced this fall, so it would be the other ones that are, I think, in a little bit more rough shape. And again, speaking with him, and obviously I can speak with him again, but just talking to him a couple hours ago, you know, the flags can be ordered within days. He said that it would just be no point to replace them at this time, only because they would put them up only to be torn down within the next month or so with the heavy storms, he said.
But that's not the American.
That's not the American flag. No, we have one of those on hand right now. I believe the one that's there right now is in decent shape, and if it's not, I can always make a quick phone call back to that gentleman, and we'd probably have that up within a day or so. He was more than willing to replace what needs to be replaced. He was just trying to do it so they wouldn't have to be replaced within a month or so, and they would last. He said they usually last anywhere between 1 to 2 years, so. But again, I'll double check with him and make sure that that's, the one that is, the American flag is the one that should be replaced, then, of course.
I'd like to make a comment real quick, Larry, just so that you know, I'm sure throughout town there are temporary signs that are put up and the people that continue to ignore it. I think, I don't know, what is this, Pete, our 47th year or something like that? So they do a great job putting temporary signs up, not to park here during these special events, but people still tend to ignore them. Just so that you and the public know, and then also regarding the flags, that, I'm sure I would personally and come up with and help a means to replace the flags ahead of July, not to contradict Mr. Stewart's forethought, is if any of the flags that are non-American need to be changed out, we'll work on coming up with a plan so our town is represented properly, and our country. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
We had other honorary council members that were running late, but she is gonna skip.
Oh, come in. Why not? Come in now. Why not? I took over for you, Rich. Do I hear a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll give you back to you for the last one. What do you want me to do? Adjournment? I'll let you adjourn it. As I sign my forms.
May I hear a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
Thank you.